This guided meditation is inspired by a video I saw recently on the Theories of Everything podcast with Andrés Gómez-Emilsson from QRI, where he talks about how the field of experience is composed of different oscillations and vibrations, and how when you try to synchronize any 2 points in the experience, you can access pleasant states or you can access the jhanas. Um, I definitely encourage you to watch that video. He uses very beautiful technical language to describe that, not the simple language that I'm using. And generally, I think that the video is well worth your time if you're into meditation. I would also add that this kind of practice is not only useful for accessing the jhanas, although it can do that, but may also produce raptures or deepen concentrations. And it can also bring about more profound shifts in awareness and awakening. Um, I really like that video, and I think it's one of the most worthwhile approaches to meditation. Um, so I decided to include it in the guidance today. I also decided to combine it with the energy and breathing practices that we did in the previous few live sessions. I'll inject here that if you're interested in what we do in the live sessions, you're very welcome to join our regular Tuesday sessions. You can see more information about that in the description. And then to go back to introducing the guided meditation. So the reason why I decided to start with energy work and pranayama is because I think that energy work and breath work can make these vibrations in the field of experience more apparent. At the same time, energy work, when done in a balanced way, build concentration quite quickly. So you can have the properties of awareness that will more easily be able to observe and appreciate those oscillating qualities in experience. This kind of practice can definitely be an access point to the jhanas or increase pleasant feelings in the body, but it can also inform about the arbitrariness of separation between parts of experience in terms of quality, space, or hierarchy, all of which are crucial for the path of awakening. For instance, you may notice that what appears as a hand and what appears as a sound, or any other part of experience for that matter, have shared qualities. You can notice the similarity between the vibrations or oscillations in any 2 parts of the body. They're kind of made of similar sensory data. They're made up of similar vibrations. And seeing this is actually crucial for the path of awakening. You may also notice that there is no difference between what appears to be inside and what appears to be outside. By aligning these oscillations, space might twist or even collapse. This might appear scary or weird at first, but over time, it's something that you get used to, and it's an important part of the meditation territory. And then, probably most importantly, you may notice that what appears as you and that which appears as not you is also made up of the same sensations. And when you allow those oscillating sensations to align and synchronize, you may experience a significant shift in awareness. So, getting this crucial synchronization right might take a bit of time and repeated attempts, but it is definitely worth your meditation time and will definitely yield results that probably most meditators are after. So I hope that you will enjoy this one, and I thank Andres for the inspiration. And yeah, good luck and enjoy. All right, so take the best meditation posture. Okay, make yourself comfortable and make yourself stable in a way that will allow you to sit for about 25, 30 minutes. Yeah, and you can tune into the body. You can take a few deeper breaths. You can do a few final movements or stretches. If there's any tension in the body, maybe moving and rotating the shoulders or twisting the back, rotating the neck, um, rotating the wrists, or anything that can allow the body to feel more aligned and more comfortable. You can also shift the body a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, forward, backwards. Just find where it feels like an effortless center, where it doesn't need additional effort to be supported, where it kind of feels stacked and stably aligned, where you feel like you're sitting, being pulled by gravity, supported by the floor beneath you. You can feel into how supportive your sitting area and your cushion feels. And try to feel into that area, how comfortable it feels, and feel this kind of property of sinking, of being pulled by gravity. And for the first exercise, we will combine vase breathing with LSD breathing, and I will explain in a bit. So, vase breathing is the technique where you fill up your torso with air and then hold it at the inhalation, allowing the feeling of intensification, tingling, kind of metaphorical brightening to arise and to fill up the whole space of the body. You can also allow it to fill out the head. And the way you create a vase is via gentle constriction in the pelvic muscles. So, like you're trying to hold pee or kind of squeezing the muscles around the anus and the genitals. And the top of the vase is a gentle constriction in the throat. So don't make it straining. You can just gently kind of hold the breath at the throat. So when you inhale, you fill up the lungs, you fill up the whole body with air, and then you gently hold, allowing this whole space. Maybe you also feel it outside of your body in your perception, allowing the whole space to fill up with energy. Then you hold it for as long as it feels comfortable, allowing the energy to fill out the whole space of the body and the whole energy field, and then gently exhale. And LSD breathing stands for long, slow, and diaphragmatic. So basically, to put it simply, you're trying to always take in a bit less air than you normally would, and to exhale more slowly than you normally would. So you're kind of on purpose limiting the amount of air that goes through. And if this becomes too intense at any point, you can simply return to normal breathing. If you feel like getting back into it, you can repeat. And if doing both vase breathing and LSD breathing at the same time is too intense, then just do vase breathing. And if you notice that there is any point of tension or any cramping happening anywhere in the body, just gently bring your awareness into it. You can breathe into that area and allow it to expand and relax. So again, you're creating a vase. Your whole body and your whole energy body is a vase that you're filling up with air and with energy. And at the top of the breath, you are closing the vase, allowing the energy inside to accumulate and activate. And then before you feel uncomfortable to hold the breath, you can slowly release the breath. And if you feel like it, you can constrict slightly the flow of the breath. So always inhale a bit less, so a bit more slowly than you normally would, and exhale slowly and less volume than you normally would. And try to maintain the perception of energy. So try to maintain the perception of this activation that happens when you hold the breath. Try to maintain it throughout the whole cycle of the breath. So you may notice that if you let the breath drop and leave the body too quickly, you might lose this activation. So then you need to reactivate it with the next breath. So when you breathe out more slowly, you can maintain the activation throughout the whole cycle of the breath in a uniform way. And you can allow awareness to become open. It can take up as much space as it spontaneously does. So if it's taking up a bubble surrounding the body, that's fine. If it's taking up the space of roughly the room, that's fine. You can allow it to be wide and to kind of set its loose boundaries wherever it spontaneously does. And allow the energy, so the activated feeling, to fill out this whole space, this whole bubble of awareness. Noticing the gradient towards the edges of awareness, that there are actually no strict, clear edges of awareness. It's rather a gradient. You can now start observing the vibrations or pulsations in different parts of your experience. So there might be some that are quite obvious, like the flow of the breath or the heartbeat. But then you might also notice the tingling in your hands or tingling in different parts of your face or in the different parts of the body. If you see anything on the back of your eyelids, that might be oscillating, scintillating as well. There might be sounds like the nada sound or some subtle buzzing in the environment or other environmental sounds. Your feet might be throbbing. Take some time to take a journey through the experience and find these different vibrations and tune in each of them, trying to see what kind of wave and frequency they're forming. Certain parts of experience might dissolve when analyzed. That's fine. You may also find parts of experience that feel like you or that feel like a self. You can also look more closely in how they're vibrating, knowing that each area of experience might also have multiple types of waves and vibrations. And if upon inquiry that blob of self dissolves, that's also fine. And so noticing that each part of the body, each point in experience carries multiple types of waves. You can take any 2 points in experience and find the aligning frequencies and amplitudes. So find the aligning shape of the wave in which they're vibrating. Or if that's too complicated an explanation, you can try to find a way in which they synchronize. If at any point you notice that you're wandering, just gently bring yourself back to the task of observing and synchronizing the vibrations across the field. And noticing that each segment of experience manifests in multiple types of vibrations. Take any 2 points in experience and allow them to align and synchronize. You can do this by intending or allowing one to copy the other, or by observing that they both already manifest in similar frequencies. And try to make them completely synchronized, completely aligned and synchronized. And allow yourself to surrender to this synchronization with experience. Let them become perfectly coupled and synchronized for a few moments at least. Try to notice that you can do it effortlessly. And if you notice any vibrations inside of you, and particularly inside of your head, you can allow them to synchronize with anything that feels outside. Maybe for whatever reason, the back of the head, if it feels special, you can see what happens when you try to synchronize it with anything that feels like it's outside. Notice what happens when you just try to do it, when you incline towards that. And you can now take a few moments to kind of summarize that practice internally. And then when you're ready, you can take a few deeper breaths. Bring aliveness back into the body. Bring the awareness back into the body and the space around you. And then when you're ready, you can exit the meditation.